संगवर्जितः निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु यः स माम एति पांडवा. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculations, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna
thank you.
Mataji. So see, this verse is the last verse of chapter 11. And in this verse, if we see the purport of Srila Prabhupada writes here that this verse is like that magical formula to go back home, back to Godhead. Or Prabhupada also writes that this is the essence of the entire Bhagavad-gītā. What Krishna says? Krishna is saying here that, my dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, the mat karmaha krit, mat paramo, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation. He who works for me, he who makes me the supreme goal of his life. This is mat paramo. And who is friendly to every living being. Ni vairaha sarva bhuteshu. He certainly comes to me. So now, if we see, as Prabhupada writes the purport here, every word wise, so the first word that Prabhupada emphasizes is mat karmaha, that every individual soul should always concentrate in whatever activities he does. It is in some or the other way, it is directed towards Krishna. Any activity that we are doing whose result doesn't lead to Krishna, those type of activities we should not do. Because those are material activities, and at the end of the day, whether the result is good or bad, it would be just like whether it's iron chain or golden chain. At the end of the day, we will be bound. So that's why Krishna is saying, mat karma kritaha, that every time you get involved in any sort of activities, from morning till evening, those activities should be directed towards Krishna. If we are able to do this, then we are successful with this part of the verse where Krishna is saying, mat karma kritaha, means whatever you do, even as in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Diksha kale sishya kare atma samarpana. Even after you get initiated, even your body, your life is no more yours. It's your Gurudev's. It belongs to the Guru from where you have taken the Diksha, from where you got initiated. In this way, if we give away our entire life serving Krishna and serving Srila Prabhupada, that what Srila Prabhupada did for us, see, that is what, that, classes are not only meant for, telling and hearing. It is meant for realizing that what Prabhupada did, if every one of us, if you think for a moment, leave aside everything else, just think about one thing, that if Prabhupada would not have taken so much amount of trouble, so was it possible for us to meet every morning here? Who would take the trouble to come early morning? Every person in today's life, every person has their own individual problems, own individual life, every good or bad, and everyone's family. So who would take the trouble of coming? Okay, I have to say something, and again, when I'm not getting anything, right? I'm not getting a penny. So why should I come? This thought would have come, 100% would come. But just due to Srila Prabhupada's mercy, ever-going mercy, that's why we say Prabhupada is still with us. This is Prabhupada's mercy, because of which he has made us think that yes, this life, we can devote our life to Krishna and to Srila Prabhupada. In this way, Krishna says, if you do this part of thing, that mat karma kritaha, whatever you do, even if you breathe, that means even until the day you are on this earth, you should focus only on serving Krishna and your Guru. If we can do this thing, then out of the entire words, mat karma kritaha, in this part, we are successful. We are 100%. Now, Krishna says, mat karma kritaha. What is the other part? Mat paramo. Mat paramo is that when you give yourself 100% surrender, completely focused in Krishna only, not others. And in January, someone else, December, someone else. Like we do, right? On Monday, Shankarji, Tuesday, Hanumanji, Wednesday, someone else, Thursday, Lakshmiji, Friday, Santoshima, Saturday, Shani Maharaj, and Shirdi Baba is also there. On Sunday, Shirdi Baba is on Sunday. So, like, if we are segregated like this, then we fail on Mat Paramo, because Mat Paramo is 100% surrendered only to Krishna. If we are convinced with this thing that we have to, I only belong to Krishna and Krishna only belongs to me, no one is between us. If we are convinced 100% with this philosophy of Krishna, with this direction of Krishna, then we are done on this part, Mat Paramo. Then Krishna says, Mad Bhaktaha. As in Bhagavad-gītā, it has been said that you get what you want. That if we want to follow other demigods, obviously there's no problem. But at the end of the day, you will lead to their destiny. But if you become Krishna's, if you Mad Bhakta, that's why Krishna is saying, become my devotee. If we become only Krishna's devotee, 100% focus at all circumstances, in all situations, nowhere good, there is no point of good and bad discussions. Every breath, every moment, every fraction of moment, if we are dedicated to Krishna, and there's no one, as we say, right, like a chaste wife, for her, only husband is the only one that matters, no one else. That's why if you read Ramayana, it is said that there in a female life, there are a lot of people who would give them comfort, pleasure, enjoyment, but the way a husband can have a relation with his wife, the way the husband can give the wife compassion, no one else can give. That's why husband is so much important for our chaste wife. Like that way, if in our life we think that we have only Krishna, no one else, that dedication, obviously we will have obstacles, constraints, everything will have. But if we think that at every moment of life, that we, as Prabhupada gives examples of Jesus Christ, of Haridas Thakur, why did they take so much amount of pain? 22 marketplaces, he was thrashed like anything. But even then, he didn't give up, just because of only one thing, because he wanted to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wanted to serve the holy name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that it would spread all over the world. And that's what happened. Like this, even after having obstacles in our material life, with our body, with our family, everything, even then, if we stick to Krishna, our Mad Bhakta, means our work is done, that I want to become a devotee of Krishna. And believe me, this is the last stage in one jiva's life. That because, as Krishna himself says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschitati siddhiye yatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam tatvatah. That out of thousands, lakhs, hundreds, only a rare, as in Hindi we say, right, virla, someone very rare would attain Krishna. It's not so easy. It's not everyone's cup of tea or coffee. It's rare. So we have to make Krishna that our goal of life, so that we can become that rare of the rarest, because it's very difficult. That's why Krishna himself is saying, otherwise it would not have been so so important. But Krishna himself is saying that someone rare out of lakhs and hundreds and crores someone rare can attain me. So just imagine how difficult it is to attain Krishna. You can attain anyone, any demigod, any Devi Maya or whatever it is, but it's very difficult to attain Krishna. That's why Krishna is saying, Mat Bhakto, become my devotee. And then Krishna gives a formula like Sang Varjitaha, means no material association, no association with people with material contamination or mental speculation, Krishna says. That's why the same thing as Rupa Goswami writes in his Nectar of Instruction, he says, Tyahar prayascha prajalpo niyama agraha janashangascha. If we do association of janasangascha, janoka sang, if we do janashangascha lolyascha shadbhir bhakti vinashyati. If we have association of these 6 things, then our devotional life goes for a toss. Like in Vrindavan, we say, Narayan Hari Bhajan mein ye pancho na suhat. 5 things doesn't come into the life of a devotee. Narayan Hari Bhajan mein pancho na suhat. Vishay Bhog, Nidra Hasi, Jagat Preet, Bahubat. As Rupa Goswami is saying, Prajalpo, that is what Bahubat. A devotee never talks too much. As Prabhupada says, that whenever a devotee opens his mouth, only Krishna Leela should come out. Nothing else. Else, keep quiet. Shut your mouth. Shut her down. That's why it is so important, Sangha Varjitaha, that it is very important to understand whose association we are in from day to morning to night, with whom we speak, with whom we eat, with whom we lead our life, with whom we mingle around. This is very important. And the way our association we have in our life, the way we will have our mentality, and after some time our life will also go in that track. There is no exception that we cannot, it won't be done. It will be done. So that's why, as Krishna says, Sangha Varjitaha, that's why we should have association of pure devotees, of devotees who can at least remind us our goal of our life. Otherwise, if we mingle around, keep our phone busy, Instagram, Facebook, if we keep ourselves in these social life itself, then our life is gone. Then that rare of the rarest we cannot become. Never it can happen. That's why Sang Varjitaha. That after this, Krishna talks about a very important point. Ni Vaira Sarva Bhuteshu. As in Bhagavatam, it is said that the characteristics, the features of a devotee is Titikshva Karunika Suhirdi Sarva Bhutanam. Ajat Shatravaha Shanta Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. That's why Suhirdi Sarva Bhutanam. Be considerate to everyone in our life, whether they follow rules, regulations or not. See, one thing we have to understand, that bhakti is very rare. It's not everyone cannot do it. And when we talk of Krishna bhakti, it's again rarest. That's why we have to keep our patience when we deal with people. That's why you see, when sometimes what happens when we go for preaching, when we see that people are not doing, then at times we get frustrated. We should not. We should have patience. We should understand that someday I was in their state. I was also not chanting. I was also not reading. I was also not praying. It's their day not doing that. But one day will come. Just keep on trying. One day will come when they will also be able to do the same. Just what we have to do is keep on trying, keep on preaching. As Prabhupada says, preaching is the essence. Never let oneself down. It will happen. Just go on. Take Prabhupada's mercy, take Acharya's mercy, and just go on. Today or tomorrow, it will happen. That's why when we say, outside people don't do, what are we doing? Chanting 16 rounds, and in that 2 hours of span, we sleep, we take small naps like 1600 times. So what are we doing? We also do a lot of prajalpa when it is heard and said and told every now and then, but we also do. So that's why we should not think that okay, that person is doing, that person is not good, I am doing. We should never think, especially I have seen this very practically in IYF with young devotees. When we get through, we think ourselves that okay, I got filtered, my life is done. Oh, this not chanting 600, this is bogus, I don't want to deal with this person. Sometimes we think that okay, we have got it, so we are special now, we are segregated, we are a small bunch of people staying in a flat, we call it a base or yoga or whatever it is, and those outside people, these are fools. So this mentality, with this mentality, we can never preach. I have seen people, I'll give you a very small example. One devotee was there when he went to his house in some function. There was some function, and everyone's house, we in some functions there are non-veg, and if no non-veg, then onion garlic is very common. So in that function, the devotee ate curd rice, and that action of his had such a great impact that mother, father, brother, everyone rushed to our base after a few days, that what my son is doing, where my son is staying. He doesn't call, mother is complaining, mother is weeping like anything, crying like anything, saying that my I don't know what happened to my son. My son doesn't call me. He calls once in a month. He doesn't respond me, he doesn't talk to me. Whenever he calls, okay, hi, hello mama, just one liner. Do we think in this state of mind we can ever preach? But the same activity even I did once, where there was onion garlic. But I just purchased a packet of 10 rupees packet of a curd and some rice. I cooked in the house in a well conditioned well conditioned form. I just had some a pinch of salt, curd, rice, and done. Even my parents were there. But the problem with us is that we think that we got filtered, we are done. I don't bother about the world. Let the world go into hell. Just imagine if Prabhupada thought, let the world go into hell. Why did he had to go out of Vrindavan at an age of 70? If he would have, people think, the goal of the people is, a bit devotional people, that okay, we will go to Vrindavan, we'll settle down, we'll do bhajan, and our life is done. If that would have been Prabhupada's, mentality, then do you think the place where we are sitting, we would have achieved this place ever? In fact, personally in my life, I used to do everything, whatever I'm doing. Okay, means apart from preaching, and I used to study holy books, do no onion garlic, no intoxication, nothing. Simply live a life. I know I used to live a life alone and doing a well deserving life. But if just imagine the difference that comes when Prabhupada comes into our life. So the problem with us is we think that okay, we are filtered. I am done. I am chanting 16 rounds. I got initiated and done. Even I have seen people don't have that sense of responsibility. You have your class, you have your preaching, daily preaching. You don't bother to take the responsibility of informing if you are not able to come on that day. You call people at around 12 o'clock and you expect people to receive your call at 12 o'clock night, just to inform that okay, tomorrow morning I am busy, I cannot. So is that the time to inform? Because we think okay, that's why you should hear a lecture of Radheshyam Prabhuji on Nectar of Instruction. There are around the lecture is almost of 25 to 30 hours of lecture. Each lecture is almost 1 hour or 1 hour 10 minutes, like that. Beautiful lecture. In that, Radheshyam Prabhu tells very nicely that even devotees are of different levels. Few devotees think that, okay, once I have got initiated, okay, their devotional life is stick. They just stick to, okay, initiation, 16 rounds, no onion garlic, no non-veg, whatever following four regulative principles, and it is done. So this is the basic definition of their devotional life. But if you go on a higher level, even if you read Kathopanishad, it says that na ayam atma pravachne na lapyo na medhyana bahuna shrutein. This one line cuts off everything. When we talk of Navada Bhakti, this one line cuts off all Navada Bhakti. That you will not get by doing anything. You cannot attain Krishna by doing all these things. You can get Krishna only if Krishna wants. Just very simple. That's why we, as it says, ni vairaha, sarva bhuteshu. We should have a very compassionate feeling towards everyone. That's because why? Because Krishna says that every jiva, everyone belongs to me, and everyone is a part and parcel of me. Like that, even if you read third canto in Bhagavatam, Kapil Muni tells his mother Devhuti that if a person is jealous of another person, he will never have peace in his life, because he has not understood the crux of devotional life. Right? Because the other person also, the Paramatma resides in him or her, whatever it is. But if we are jealous and if we think the person standing in front of us are inferior, then our devotional life goes for a toss. We'll never be able to attain Krishna. So like this, we should have consideration to others. And as Rupa Goswami says that in the 6 things by which our devotional life will be destroyed. In contrast to that, Rupa Goswami says that if we have उत्साह निश्चयात धैर्यात कर्म प्रवर्तनात संग त्यागात सतो वृतो. He also talks sango tyagat, that don't mingle with material people. Shadbhir bhakti prasiddhyati. If we have these six things in our life, then our bhakti will rise up, right? So that's why, as Prabhupada says, that this entire verse is just like the great A1 formula to attain Krishna. That's why at the end Krishna says, Yaha sa mam eti pandava. Only those people who can complete these course of 3 lines of 5-6 points, only those people can attain me, else not. Very simple. That's why we should be always considerate to others, have a compassion towards others. And that's why Radheshyam Prabhu tells very beautifully, he gives an example that how should you deal with people, those who are not in devotional life, who are not doing bhakti. He gives a very small and a very crisp, very practical example, that suppose you are going for office. You come out of your house, you go in a lift, 20 floor of your building. You will go into the lift goes on, sticking to, some flats and some floors, and then goes down. Many people come in. At that point of time, you should not be like a dried up tree, like it don't have a life. If you see a small child, tell him hello. Don't have to tell Hare Krishna over there. Your devotional life will go for a toss. Tell him hello. Smile, but see the child. Give up a small smile to him. Tell him hello, hi. Then only you can mingle with people, and people also would understand that, okay, he is a normal person. He is not abnormal. He is just like us. As we go to office, he is also going to office. And instead, people would respect you more, because you are very reluctant and very flexible in your devotional life, which obviously they are not aware of, and of material life as well. That's why Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur told, and even Prahlad Maharaj says the same thing, that when you stay in material life, in the material world with material people, it is not possible to go out. Where would we go? To some jungle? It's not possible for us. Living in this material world with material surroundings, we should understand that when you mingle with material people, talk with them. That's what Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur tells. Talk with people, but don't give value to their statements. Don't add on to their statements. Just hear, okay, it's very good. Okay, yeah, correct. We can think of this. We will think. Let's see how we can continue on this. Just beat around the bush, and just get lost from there. Don't give value to their statements. And same Prahlad Maharaj says that if in this material world, if you argue with people, then you will never succeed. Just say, okay, we'll do, but you never do that. That's what the formula is. That's why niveraha sarva bhuteshu. That's why always have compassion towards other people, so that you can do more preaching. That's why I have seen many people, in book distribution, even they don't buy the book, but they at least support. Okay, you are doing a very good thing, you should do it. Even if they are not ready to buy the book, no problem. If they are not ready today, they'll buy it tomorrow. Don't worry, don't get sad, don't there's nothing, the world has not gone. They will buy tomorrow. So have consideration, have smile. That's why Lal Govind Prabhu says that today, in today's life, people those who are doing devotional service, they have forgotten how to smile. They don't know how to smile. They are so rigid. They think that, okay, no, there's no place of smile and laugh in our life. In our life, they are so rigid. They think that, okay, now bhakti means no hasi, only strict. So this is our biggest mistake of our life. Be very compassionate. Be very kind people. That's why Krishna says, Suhirde sarvabhuteshu. A person who can understand people, then only we will be eligible, we will be deserving to attain Krishna, else not. So in nutshell, in Krishna gives the formula how we can attain him. And Prabhupada on top of that writes that this is a mantra, this is the essence of the entire Bhagavad-gītā, that if we can do this, we are done. That's why he writes few quotations from Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu saying that Anna Abhilashita Shunyam. Be very specific, be very strict on your journey, be very rigid towards your devotional life, not towards people. As yesterday, just for example, from few days, I have been announcing in my Hindi class that we will have a class for Kartik Mahatmya. Everyone was applauding. Okay, yes, we'll have. But yesterday when we had it, we had just 15, 17 people. But does that mean, okay, 15 people? Let's not have it. Doesn't matter. Have it even if one person comes. That's it. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told that if in your life, if you can make one person a pure devotee, your life is done. You are successful in this life. So that's it. That's the crux point. That if we are able to manage these things, whatever things told by Krishna, our life is done. We are done with this life. We don't have to worry too much. Rest, Krishna will take care of it. That's why every word of Krishna is for realizing. It's not for telling and listening. It's just for realizing. And we have to work in our life to make it, to implement in our life. Only then we will be able to achieve the level that Krishna is talking about. Okay, with this I conclude. Hare Krishna. If any Mataji or Prabhuji has any question, we can have. Otherwise, we are good to drop off.